Lab number 230. In this lab we continue development of our Hello Paris mobile application, and right now it's time to talk about database. So for database, to storing queries, we'll be using Cloudant, and so we'll be using it inside Bluemix again. So I'm trying to go to catalog, but I need to save some kind of changes. Yep. Okay. So Cloudant will create a simple database for the same application, Hello Paris 1. Nothing really special about it. The idea is that each time we are asking something in our app, we will store this inside the database, and then we will actually grab this data, the latest queries in the database. This means when next time I will open our app, we will see the queries that were there before. We won't do any kind of direct things like performing connection with the client, with the ID and everything like that. So it will be the simplest scenario. We won't have any authorization. We won't have any specific ID for this specific app on this specific device or something like that. So just the latest queries. And we need to grab the same way as we did it before with username and a password. So those are the things that we need to grab. Actually, we need everything, and a host and URL and everything like that. The way how we will be doing development with Cloudant, we will be focusing on performing almost the same that was done in getting started materials. So if you still do not know what are those, you will check it now. So search getting started MobileFirst Platform, and we'll need tutorials for 7.0 because the Cloudant support was added in 7.0. We'll go to all tutorials and search for Cloudant. So actually this is a really great tutorial with a studio project. So this is demo project inside, and it's well explained what it's doing. So the idea is to showcase most of the APIs available for Cloudant, together with the information how to configure the adapter, how to kind of create database, how to delete it, how to get all documents and everything like that. So pretty powerful, pretty interesting. Of course, we won't need everything from these APIs, but some of them we will need. And right now we will start with downloading that studio project. I will unzip it to the downloads folder. So basically we need an adapter from it. Cloudant adapter is okay name, so I will just copy everything here and place it inside adapters. Let me do it manually. So workspaces, Hello Paris MFP, adapters. Here will be my Cloudant adapter. So now I should be able to see it. So what do I have here? I have here an XML file where I need to pass all those properties. I have a list of procedures that I'm able to call. And of course, I have a JS file with the implementation of those procedures. So first of all, as I said in documentation, I need to modify this file to include actually my domain, my username and password. So just copy paste information from a host here in domain, and then username and password as it's provided. Basically, I will do it separately because I don't want to share my credentials over the internet. So when you will finish editing this XML file based on Cloudant information, you can just save. You don't need to modify anything except domain, server, username and password, domain username and password. And then we'll go to JS file. So from JS file, we actually need the following things. So we will use create doc to actually add a new query, to add the new information about the query inside the database. And what else that we will do? We will use get all docs with probably some specific limit, but this will be later on. And in order to do that, of course, we need to create a database. So let's do it right now. So I will add a new database. Let's call it something like translate DB, for example. Yeah, on the lowercase. Sure. So translate DB. Yep. And this is my database. It's already created. Of course, I have nothing there right now, but I can try to add something. So for that, I will need actually to go to my application controller. And the same way I was invoking here procedure inside Watson service, I will try to invoke my adapter for Cloudant database. So let me create a new universal function. Let me name it something like store in history. Yep. So what we will be doing here, actually we'll be calling this procedure from Cloudant's adapter. So procedure was called create doc. And let's see what we need to add there. Yep, so we need to pass a JSON there and the information about actually the database. Okay, so let's go back to our controller and we will pass database name as a string, so something like that. Translate DB, and then JSON, let's construct it from variable, something like JSON for database, and of course I will need to create it first. So what I will have here, I will need here the English part, so actually the English text. And let's also have French text here. French. So French text inside our scope. Yep, just like that. So this is our JSON that we will be passing to create a new doc in our database. And let's just for now do some simple logging, like call the adapter and log the response. Okay, storing history. So the idea is that this should be launched at some moment, so this function should be actually called probably when we're pressing talk to me. Yep, so somewhere here, or no, probably later, because here we don't have English text yet. So and we don't have French text yet, so it should be stored. Yep, it should be stored here when we successfully translated text to French. So this is the moment when we're actually able to store both English and French text. And this is the moment when we call this store in history procedure. Cool, so let's try how it's working. Let's build and deploy everything that we have, including this new adapter. Okay, and let's test our app. Goodbye. Okay, I'm seeing response that data is stored in DB. So let's go and check if it's there or not. So we can just update. Yep. So we actually see the entry. Let's get inside. Yeah, excellent. So we see the English text and French text here. So perfect. It's actually working. So the second thing that we'll need to do, we'll need to do the opposite operation. So we'll need to check database for entries. So for that, we will use again invoke procedure, but this time it will be done in check history. So here we will have to call, what was the name? Let me check. Get all docs. Yep, sure. So we'll need to submit the database name, limit, and probably that's all. Or include docs. Yeah, include docs should be also submitted. Let's maybe check the API. It will be quite useful, I think. Okay, so include docs is Boolean, and our limit is just numeric. Okay, so something like 2 will be enough. Okay, let's try. Let's go back to our main controller to actually get all docs. Yeah, get on docs. Okay, so the limit will be 2, and I've just said that include docs will mean true, that it will mean that return full the content from documents. I'm not sure how exactly it will return it, so just let's log response and then we'll see. Those are documents in database. Docs from database. History will be shown only on success. Yep, and I don't need this thing. Okay, let's see. So let's try again. Hello. Cool. So actually at the beginning I saw something like the line that I was manually looking for. Those are documents in DB. Yeah, this is the line. Okay, so in location result, row, and then English and French. So let's see, let's try to assign this to our history. So scope items will be equal to response in location result. And probably rows. Yeah, and let me log it to see what I will get. Okay. Good evening. Yeah, a bit different. So basically, let's try changing the main to have item doc English here. Item doc English. So it should do the trick for us. Good morning. So basically we have now our history working in connection with Cloudant, and I will close everything because on this step our lab is finished, and the next lab we will be doing a bit different thing. We will integrate quality assurance inside our application, and we'll try to move our app to mobile device, of course emulator in our case, and try to instrument our app. If it's okay, if it's not, try to look on it from bug reporting perspective and feedback perspective. But it will be later on. For this step, our lab is finished. Thank you.